What is up, you guys? Michael Elefante here. Let's talk about how you can save more money. Would it surprise you guys that over 70% of all Americans have less than $1,000 saved to their name? And what's even scarier than that is around 45% have reported to have nothing saved up. So for those that are watching that have more than $1,000 saved up, good for you guys. You're already ahead of around 70% of all other Americans. Now, if you don't have much money saved up, that's totally okay. Hopefully you guys find value in this video. Today we're going to talk about my recommended top 10 tips to help you guys save more money starting today. But first, don't forget to hit the like button, and please don't forget to subscribe below. If you guys find value in this content, please come back and check out future videos. In 2019, it was reported that Americans only save about 7.9% of their income. Now, recently we've seen actually an uptick in savings rate, which is a good thing, but it's largely due to the coronavirus and fears of economic recession. In March of 2020, this number jumped up to 12.7%. In some cases, this is great. It may mean you're saving thousands of dollars a month, but for other people, it may only be a couple $100s a month, if that. Now, some other articles I've been reading online, it says that about half of all Americans, in case of a financial emergency, they would not be able to spend $500 to cover that emergency cost. Now, what's even more alarming than that is around 25% of Americans wouldn't be able to pull $100 or more out of pocket to cover an unforeseen expense. So without further ado, let's jump into the top 10 recommended tips, in my opinion, on how you guys can start saving more money today. Number one, build a personal budget or use a budgeting app. If you are not already budgeting your money and tracking your money inflows and your money outflows, and this doesn't have to be some extravagant app on your phone or on the internet, you could just use something like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets, or even good old-fashioned pen and paper. This will help us get a much better understanding of what categories we're spending money in each month, and maybe what categories such as dining out or entertainment or online services such as Netflix and other streaming services, what areas we might be able to pull back a little bit and save a few $100s a month. You may be surprised what you find after keeping track of your monthly spending habits. Now, if you guys need a little help tracking your monthly spending and need some help building a personal budget, I'll drop a link below to a video I did recently explaining in detail on how my wife and I have tracked our expenses over the past 5 years consistently every single month. And it has truly helped us get from where we were 5 years ago to where we are today, because we have a very good understanding of our personal financial situation and where the money's coming in and where it's going out. Again, I think it can truly help you guys set you up for financial success moving forward. Rule number 2 is simple, guys. It's buy the older version. I know it's tough in the consumer world that we're in, where we constantly have ads bombarding us on Instagram, on Facebook, online, on TV, on the newest iPhone or the newest Samsung Galaxy that's out. But if you just buy the older version, for example, an iPhone, it's around $200 to $300 cheaper by buying last year's model versus buying the brand new model. And every year when iPhone comes out with the newest, latest and greatest, the best iPhone the world has ever seen, there's really only a few minor changes that make it, that much better than last year's iPhone. So in my opinion, unless there is some feature on the newest phone or computer or tablet, whatever it is, that you need and it is critical to your day-to-day well-being or maybe your day-to-day work, buy the older version. It'll save you guys a few $100s every single year or every single time you upgrade to a new device. Along the same category is buy a used car. There's really no point, in my opinion, on buying a brand new car off the lot when you could buy the same model vehicle in the same year with a few thousand miles on it, buy it used or maybe certified pre-owned, and save thousands of dollars. Nothing depreciates faster than a new car when you drive it off the lot. So again, buy the older version. I know you guys aren't buying cars every single year, but you can apply this to other areas and other spending habits that you have. It could save you guys hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year just by buying the older version. You can take this same motto to the grocery store. You could just buy the older fruit and the older produce. Just find a banana that's bruised and go up to the cashier and ask for a discount. It could save you guys tons of money. Only kidding, guys. I'm really not that frugal. All right, money saving tip number 3 is use the regret minimalization framework. And this has been made largely famous by Jeff Bezos, who is the founder of Amazon. Now, the way that this works is basically to think X amount of years from now, whether it be 5 or 10 years, will you regret not doing this? Or would you regret making this decision versus the other one? And that helps someone like Jeff Bezos think ahead in building a company like Amazon. So how can this help you guys in the world of saving money? Think 30 to 60 days out every time you're about to make a purchase that you're thinking, oh, maybe I could save some money, but I really want that cup of Starbucks, or I really want this new pair of shoes. It's only $50, it's only $100. And think in 30 to 60 days from now, if somebody put $100 cash or the new pair of shoes in front of you, which one would you take? So it's a good way to think, 60 days down the road, would I regret and kick myself for buying a new pair of shoes that I may only wear once a month? Or would I take the extra money that I could put towards saving or investing to build a better financial future for myself? Now, the regret minimalization framework can bleed over into other areas of your life, so I encourage you guys to adopt that strategy when you're thinking about other life decisions. Money saving tip number 4 is to pack your lunch or meal prep. I know it's not exciting and it's pretty boring, and if you're like me, you'll have a lot of friends or coworkers that kind of harped on you over the years for not going out to lunch every single day because it's, you're no fun for not going with them. But because I pack my lunch, usually 9 out of every 10 work days, I save tons of money over the years. Just think about what the average bill is when you go out to eat at lunch. At a minimum, you're probably spending $10, but more than likely, you're probably spending $15 or $20, especially if you're going to a sit-down restaurant where you're paying for service as well and you have to leave a tip. So my recommendation to you is to try to pack your lunch at least 3 times, if not 4 times a week. Again, you can think about it in the regret minimalization framework of, if I pack my lunch 3 times instead of 0 times, you're saving maybe 45 to 50 bucks per week. Now that adds up over the course of the long run, and you could put that money to work to help, again, build a better financial future for yourself. Money saving tip number 5, and some of you guys are gonna hate me for this, but stop buying specialty Starbucks drinks or other local coffee shops or cafes. Stop buying these expensive drinks. It literally costs pennies to make a cup of coffee in the morning at home by just doing drip coffee. I promise you'll survive if you give up the daily or weekly pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks. Those things run anywhere from $5 to $8 per drink. Just the other day, I caved. I know, I'm guilty of it too. My wife wanted to go to Starbucks, so I said, let's go. She ran in and got 2 grande specialty drinks. And I said, how much did that cost? And she said, $15. I said, we just spent $15 on coffee at Starbucks when we could have made something at home. Granted, probably isn't gonna taste as good, but gets the job done. I guarantee you guys can suck it up and just make your own coffee at home at least 6 out of the 7 days a week. I know people who spend money at Starbucks every single morning, sometimes twice a day. That can add up to hundreds of dollars a month for some people. I know that's probably an extremist, Starbucks coffee drinker, but if you could save some money, not spending your money on specialty coffee or specialty food, dining out, then I recommend doing it. It's an easy way to save money is just by prepping food and drinks at home. All right, here's a little side trick is go to Starbucks one time and prepare about 10 to 15 different outfits. Now what you can do with your friends is pose with that same cup of coffee in different poses and different outfits. That way you can still post on Instagram and let everybody know every single day that you went to Starbucks and got your pumpkin spice latte, even though you only went one time. But in all seriousness, guys, this is an easy way to save money is just by not blowing it on things like specialty coffee. I encourage you guys, you're watching YouTube right now, search on YouTube ways to get creative with your coffee at home that may be able to make it taste better and more enjoyable for you without breaking the bank. Money saving tip number 6 is to not blow your food dining out, but especially on the weekends. I know brunch is so fun with all your friends, but being poor is a lot less fun than going to brunch every single weekend. Now, I'm not saying never go out to eat or never go out for brunch and mimosas with your friends, but if you scale it back to maybe once a month, or what you could do is pre-game the party, have a couple drinks at home, and then go out so you maybe only have one mimosa instead of bottomless mimosas. It could save you guys a lot of money. I've gone to brunch myself, and I'm surprised every time I get the bill at the end of the meal, and it can really add up fast. I mean, people surprise me every single day. I've had friends that blow $50 to $100 every Saturday and Sunday going out to brunch with friends. Now, I'm not saying never go out to eat or never go to brunch, you guys. Of course, you can still do that. But what I am saying is you can scale back a little bit if your ultimate goal is to save more money each month. Now, tip number 7 is to be consistent. And I know, this might sound silly and an obvious tip, but many people struggle with consistency in various aspects of their life, especially when it comes to their spending habits. The most relatable one I could think of is health and fitness. If you are consistent and just do the same routine, several times a week, go to the gym or go for a walk or a run, and then eat healthy consistently. If you have that one meal a week at McDonald's, it's not gonna kill you, but if you are consistently eating bad and not exercising, that will catch up to you. It's no different with our spending habits. If you guys can be consistent with your daily spending habits and your savings goals, that stuff is gonna add up over time. So maybe just jot down a few goals on a monthly basis that you can take action every single day to make sure you're on track to achieving your savings target each month. Tip number 8 is to think quite literally, how much time will this cost me? You guys know how much money you make per hour or per paycheck, whatever it is. So every time you're about to buy something, especially something significant, think to yourself and do the quick math, either on your phone or in your head, how many hours would it literally take me to save up enough money to purchase this thing outright? So for everybody, this is gonna be different because everybody makes, different amounts of money per hour or per month. So for some people, going out to brunch may be 3 to 5 hours of work, or maybe a whole day's worth of work. Is it worth spending that much time to enjoy an hour of brunch and drinks when you could maybe be saving that much money? Let's take a $8 pumpkin spice latte, grande, extra whipped cream and extra shot. Let's say you take that $8 and instead of buying that coffee that one day, you invest $8 in the stock market growing at 8% year over year annually. At the end of 30 years, that coffee would now be worth $80.50. Is it worth it to spend $80.50 of future money for that coffee today? The answer is obviously no, but again, it's just a different way to think about it. Money saving tip number 9, and again, this is more along the lines of the mental aspect of saving money, but this is delayed gratification. So when we're shopping and we're going to buy something new, you guys all have the butterflies and the immediate rush of excitement when doing so. But just think about delaying that gratification to something bigger in the future. For example, you're out buying and shopping for new clothes or a new pair of shoes, and instead of spending that $200 or $300 shopping that day, imagine what that money could do for you in the future. Would you be more satisfied with building your dream house sometime in the future, or maybe retiring early? Or would you be more satisfied with buying those clothes that day? Some people might still be like, I'm definitely gonna be more satisfied with buying the clothes today, and that's totally fine. But for some items, just think about it in the lens of delaying your gratification for something greater in the future. And the last tip is use a cashback credit card. I recently did a video on the top 5 credit cards, in my opinion, for beginners. And I really focused on cashback cards, especially in 2020 with the coronavirus going on. Things are kind of crazy, economic uncertainty. Nothing beats out a good old-fashioned cashback card right now. I'll drop a link to that video below, but guys, check it out. There's a different card out there for each individual based on your spending habits, but you can save anywhere from 1% to 6% of your net purchases based on the spending categories and which card you use. And imagine that if you had a 2% cashback card, every $100 you spend, you're saving yourself $2. So this is something that you really don't have to think about, right? If you're gonna make purchases anyway, you might as well get rewarded for making them. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Please don't forget to like, and if you want to see similar content like this in the future, anything around real estate, personal finance, investing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. I'm trying to bring more content to you guys each and every week, so hopefully you find value from it, and if you did, please do subscribe, and we will catch you all next time.